Last week, the House Oversight Committee released documents and emails from Epstein's estate leading to new revelations that Trump may have known about Epstein's horrendous activities and possibly participated. And MAGA is falling apart worse than Trump's knockoff Bible made in China. Epstein also sent scathing rebukes of Trump, like that he was, quote, insane, crazy, and evil beyond belief. Far be it from me to believe anything this pinnacle of morality says, but if a guy who did all of that to children is calling you insane, you've absolutely lost it. Now, the evidence is clear, and I've mapped this all out. All right, here we go. And this thing goes deep. It's involving the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and the Pringles guy. Now, see if you can follow me here of where the connections are. It gets complicated. All right, here we go. Oh, where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go? It's f***ing Epstein, you idiots! Ugh, no wonder this guy gets less than 100 views per video. Pathetic! You're about to get the real, unfiltered truth that is totally real. Welcome to Real America Patriot Truth News that is totally real. I'm Jacob, the Patriotic Renegade, and I'm here to tell you that despite what the lamestream media says, everything's fine, dude! I haven't been desperately trying to avoid notifications on my phone all day. And why should MAGA worry? The economy is great for the patriots who are smart enough to make more than 6 figures. I'm pretty sure all of the immigrants are out of this country, and DEI is dead. So that's good. Whatever scandal may have happened last week, it's probably already blown over.
Breaking news in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee, minutes ago, literally, releasing emails that they say were written by Jeffrey Epstein that explicitly, specifically mentioned Donald Trump by name.
A private email server scandal involving pizza files and it wasn't Hillary Clinton? F*** you, Democrats! And yes, I said pizza files because they don't want you to remember the truth about what Hillary did. Also, they could take down my channel. But enough about that. This scandal isn't as bad as everyone's making it out to be.
The reemergence of the Epstein story comes at the worst possible time for President Trump.
Bad timing.
This is the weakest moment of his second term by far.
He is absolutely panicking and desperately trying to get Republicans to take their name off the discharge petition.
It is damning, and it's becoming increasingly difficult for the Republican Party to defend what its own voters are unwilling to themselves.
Liberals, they desperately want you to believe that their arch nemesis is always in on some crazy conspiracy. Hashtag Hunter Biden laptop. Let's instead look at the truth tellers on the 5.
Axios says whatever's out so far is already no smoking gun. There's already an email where in the email, Epstein says, quote, Trump never got a massage. If anybody had anything, there were 3 elections that went through. They would have used it then. They were making up a P-tape to blackmail him with. If they had a massage tape, that definitely would have already come out.
But I do think we're going to learn new things about Democrats, like Stacey Plaskett. She's coordinating with Jeffrey Epstein.
That's right. He has nothing to hide. Like spending hours with a victim at Epstein's house. Why would anyone want to hide that? But also, look, there's a Democrat. They talked to Epstein. Look over there and look at that. And you know how that's worse? Because they're a Democrat. Can somebody tell me some good news?
Epstein emails now convicted accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell in part, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump.
Yeah, because it would look like this.
Bark, bark, bark.
Don't act like you wouldn't. We now turn to Marjorie Taylor Greene, who once bravely broke the story on Biden's secret police force.
So everything is completely out of control. Not only do we have the D.C. jail, which is the D.C. gulag, but now we have Nancy Pelosi's gazpacho police.
You better start talking, gazpacho. I'm on to you. Well, this week, MAGA Mommy and Daddy started fighting.
After weeks of tension over foreign policy, economic messaging, and most of all, the fight over releasing the Epstein files, President Trump has now formally broken up with his once loyal MAGA ally, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. He made the announcement in a lengthy Truth Social post, saying all she does is, quote, complain, 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 withdrawing support for her in 2026.
I was called a traitor by a man that I fought for 6 years for.
How dare you betray the president? You know what? That's it. This xenophobic, anti-Semitic racist is now officially woke. I will now be burning my MTG Space Laser and Weather Machine toy set, my MTG Police branded gazpacho, and my MTG Body Pillow. See you tonight. I think maybe Marjorie Taylor Greene might be saying controversial stuff for attention. I mean, for all we know, she said things in support of President Trump for attention. Sacrilege! You know, this is what a real patriot looks like.
A nationwide uproar is erupting over Megyn Kelly's controversial remarks suggesting that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't really a pedophile.
He was into the barely legal type. Like, he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into, like, 8-year-olds.
Whoa, slow down there, Megyn. Leave some shameless pizza-file apologist contortion for the rest of us. Trump hasn't even been proven to be one yet, and you're already defending it. Now that's the kind of Trump supporter I like. Someone who will defend Trump against the future. But also, how dare you be more patriotic than me? I can defend Trump from all sorts of not yet, but definitely will be true accusations. Here we go. So what if he bombed Portland? Instead of bombing some other country like Venezuela, he's putting America first. I love the fact that the president put a tariff on New Jersey goods. He's doing something that's never been possible before. Plus, those coastal elites need to pay more in taxes. And if that doesn't sound Republican, I don't know what is. So what if he completely reversed the tariff? As I've always said, we shouldn't tax the rich. They're the job creators. Democrats should stop getting so up in arms about Trump telling the Prime Minister of Liechtenstein that there's going to be a full moon tonight and then proceeded to pull down his pants. Clearly, he was referring to the full moon that would occur in 8 days. And I think Antifa should stop pulling Trump's pants down. Boom! Beat that, Megyn Kelly! Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. Republicans. I know you're scared right now, but now's not the time to be a spineless weakling who always caves to their opponents, because then what would Chuck Schumer do? Why is this where some Republicans are willing to draw the line? Because we've defended the pardoning of violent insurrectionists, we've blown off his sexual assault and criminal convictions, and we didn't waver in support when he was impeached for pressuring a foreign ally with military aid to influence a U.S. election. If you can embrace a serial adulterer as upholding Christian values, you can choke down your disgust of pizza files, because otherwise, the Democrats win. You want to troll the libs and have tax cuts for the rich? You have to support a maybe pizza file. When we stopped caring about Trump's obstruction of justice, or if he had ties to Russia, the Democrats had no power to shame us over it or hold us accountable. The same can be done with these new Epstein revelations, and it seems many Republicans are starting to get it.
A sudden reversal from President Trump on the Epstein files. The president is now calling on Republicans to publicly release the files in the case of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. For months, the president has repeatedly called the Epstein case a, quote, Democratic hoax.
Breaking news, the Senate has formally passed the bill to release the Epstein files, sending it to the president's desk.
Megyn Kelly didn't go far enough in her defense of what barely legal means. She should have had the courage to say what should be our new mantra and slogan, I'd rather support a pedo than a Dem. I mean, for fuck's sake, we already supported a pizza file for office in 2018. Roy Moore. This isn't new to us, and panicans are falling in line just like they did in January of 2021. Do we care if Trump is actually a pizza file? Of course not. It doesn't matter. Didn't stop us from accusing Democrats of being pizza files without any credible evidence. So release the Epstein files. Or don't. We don't care. We have jumped straight to the stage of acceptance because this party has no room for cowards or people with a conscience. Now don't forget to stop by our America Patriot Truth Man store and buy some extra fermented, unpasteurized tactical udder juice. The snowflakes might tell you that it's dangerous to drink a grody batch of rotten, moldy milk. But they'll fail to tell you that it's 100% natural, naturally occurring bacteria and mold spores, 100% natural and organic. So it can't be bad for you. I'll prove it right now. Oh God. Okay, who keeps fucking hijacking my channel? Douglas, if this was you, I'm gonna have your fucking head on a platter.